Hello again, everyone. I'm Tom Mees. Our halftime score, the Los Angeles Express underdogs by about 6.5 points coming into this game, leading the Tampa Bay Bandits in rainy Tampa. The score at halftime 9-6. And to be very frank with you, this has not been a well-played football game. Let's take a look at some of these statistics from the first half, and maybe you'll get an idea of what I mean. So we take a look at the passing stats. LA's Mike Ray, well, he's 10 of 14 in the game for 99 yards. But look at John Reeves, the man who was featured in a great article in Sports Illustrated this week. 4 of 18 in this game for only 50 yards passing in the first half. Rushing yardage about equal. Total yardage, Los Angeles has, well, they have about a 50-yard edge. We take a look at some more statistics. Los Angeles has controlled the ball 9 minutes more. Thus, they have run off 8 more plays offensively. But as always, it's what you do with the ball when you've got it, not how long you hold on to it. 11 first downs to 8 for Los Angeles. The big turnover statistic, Tampa Bay has 2 turnovers, but there have been, it seems, a veritable plethora of penalties on both sides of the line of scrimmage during this game, really giving us not much of a chance to see either team in a concerted drive down the field. I'm sure that neither coach is pleased with the play of his team in the first half, and will probably make for a lot of fireworks in the second half. Our score at halftime, LA 9 and Tampa Bay 6. Other news from the United States Football League tonight. The USFL's Michigan Panthers have signed a contract with former Pittsburgh Steeler defensive end John Banaszak out of Eastern Michigan. The 32-year-old Banaszak is 6'3", 244 pounds, and he was on the Pittsburgh Steelers team in 1975 as the only free agent to make that roster. Also played for the Steelers Super Bowl teams in 1976, 78, and 79. Big John Banaszak will be in the lineup this Saturday night when the Michigan Panthers entertain the Los Angeles Express, and you'll be seeing that game Saturday night live from the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan, as LA takes on Michigan. Our score at halftime again, the LA Express lead Tampa Bay's Bandits 9-6. Let's go back to Tampa Stadium and Jim Simpson and Paul McGuire.
We're back in Tampa Bay with owners on separate sides of the fence. It is Los Angeles 9 and Tampa Bay 6 at the half, and I'd like you to meet a couple of people. First of all, a man, because I think, Alan, if you'll pardon me, the man to your left, I think, is a little bit more well-known than you or I are, so I'll introduce you first.
I think so.
Alan Harmon, the president of the Los Angeles Express. Alan, what are you looking for? More attendance, better ratings, better football players, or more wins?
Yes.
All of the above.
No, we're happy with the progress we're making in the league. We're happy with our team progress. It's slow but sure, and you know, we didn't plan to make this league happen in 6 weeks, but we're happy with where we are. Head of projections, hell, I couldn't be happier. My partner in the league couldn't be happier. So we're leading. That's unusual for us at the halftime.
Someone told me that Lee Majors, who's the obvious man to our far left here, had invested in a football team, and I said, why, of course. Bjorn Borg retired, and he's got no favorite tennis player to follow anymore. Had to get in something else.
That's right. He's a lot younger. I'd like to say one quick thing. I'd like to congratulate John Bassett's daughter, Carling Bassett, on her, even though she lost very closely to Chris Everett Lloyd. That was fantastic, and my congratulations to them. Also, my congratulations to the people of Tampa who come out and support this Tampa Bay club. They're fantastic fans, and if we can get that kind of enthusiasm back in Los Angeles, then this league will be on its way.
Now, who got you enthused in investing in the Express? Get off the subject of Bjorn Borg, whom you follow all the time.
Well, I met Alan Harmon and his partner Bill Daniels, and they're two of the finest gentlemen that I've met in my lifetime, and they're very dedicated to this organization. And I came out to California in '63 to coach football, and decided this is about as close as I'm going to get to it at my age. So here we are.
Well, I thank you, Lee Majors and Alan Harmon. Good luck to you. The Express doing very well tonight. It is not a game that I would say has been played with great finesse thus far by either squad.
All the secrets have been in the second half.
We would like to see 21-14 with those scores. But, you know, now we got 9-6.
Thank you, Lee Majors. Thank you, Alan Harmon, very much. And let's now go down to the field where the teams are about to begin the second half.
Okay, the possessions, take a look at it. LA, we said it's kind of a sloppy game, but they do have 3 field goals, and I think that that's important, that they have to be in ahead at the half.
Tampa Bay to kick off. And this is Tobert, 1 foot in the end zone. He will bring it out. Tobert across the 20-yard line to about the 23-yard line, where he is stopped there, and the Express leading 9-6 get their hands on the football. And there's a Tampa Bay man down writhing on the ground at the 25-yard line. And we have yet another injury as we just begin this second half. And while we have a chance here, let's now take a look at those possessions, Paul.
All right, punt, that field goal, punt, field goal at the half. But again, when you take a look at LA and their possessions, they tried to run the football, and they moved the ball fairly well down the field, but ended up in just 3 field goals. And I think the biggest surprise was that third down situation when they brought Ramsey in the game. And talking to some people, the reason they brought Ramsey in the game for Ray, Jim, was they were going to run the rollout pass, and he can run it a little bit
I was going to
better.
say, I was doing my own personal opinion poll, and you must have come up with the same answer. When we said, why would you substitute on third down and goal to go from the 5-yard line for a man who had played quarterback throughout the entire first half? They said, I got the same answer you did, that they might have been looking for a rollout pass, which Ramsey does very well, option to run or throw, and Ray does not do very well. But that is just an answer we've gotten in the press box. We've gotten nothing from the bench.
And we were looking there at Tampa Bay's possessions, and 2 interceptions, and we talked about LA not having an interception in the last 4 games coming into this game. They got 2, and that's Val Brown, number 71, who is a backup defensive end. You see him holding her hand like that, Jim, it just seems to me it's a shoulder, so they don't move it.
First down from the 24 for the Express. And I'll tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, to show you how strange this is, as the running play by John Barnett picks up some yardage. That is Mike Ray starting at quarterback in the second half. All year long, it has been Tom Ramsey, and we were given to understand it would be Tom Ramsey tonight, but it is Mike Ray, who has only played, this is the 4th down he has played in the second half this year.
Well, wonders ever cease. Hugh Campbell is maybe going to change his strategy.
Second down and 7. This has been some ball game. Ray hands off, and going straight in is LaRue Harrington, the fullback. And he is out near the 30-yard line, but remember, they've got to get to the 34 to pick up the first down. I love what Alan Harmon, the president, I don't know if you could hear him, said, the president of the Los Angeles Express. I said, what are you looking for? More attendance, better television ratings, better football games, more wins, better players? He said, all of the above.
And then some. Then some.
Third down. A long 4 to go. Ellis, the tight end, in motion, and Ray back to throw. Ray throws on the ground. That was in change for Ellis.
Glenn Edwards makes a great play on Ellis. He stayed with him the whole way, just was right there. There's no point way for Ellis to get the ball. And the nicest part about it is not having any pass interference on it. Now it's going to be 4th down.
Ball on the 29-yard line. And here comes Jeff Partridge in to do the kicking. Alvin Bailey is deep. Partridge had 1 kick of 27 yards. He needs something more than that here. And all 10 men, aside from Bailey, are coming. Partridge, another short kick. Bailey, I don't think we'll get to it. Does not. Goes out of bounds at the 40-yard line. And a very report after talking to George Allen about that stop the clock in the last 2-minute rule. They disagree. First down from the 40-yard line. John Reeves in there for Tampa Bay. Out of the backfield. Nope, that's the tight end, Lewis Gilbert, coming across. And Gilbert picks up 8 yards to the 48-yard line, where he's hit there by Eddie Meat Cleaver Weaver.
Lewis Gilbert, he's going to set up. He's the tight end. He's going to set up and block on Edwards. And then all of a sudden, he just slips out of the backfield. And Scoggins, number 51, is a linebacker coming from about 12 yards downfield to make the stop. But Gilbert picked up 8 yards.
Make that tackle to Scoggins, 51, not Weaver, 61. Second and short. Platt's got the first down and a lot more. Down near the 40-yard line. Oh, Sam Platt, former Florida State star. And with Greg Boone injured with an ankle, out since the first quarter, Platt's taking over.
Sam Platt, I watched him last week catch 12 balls and run very well, but watch his legs. Keep your eyes on Sam Platt's legs. They never stop churning. There is no second effort. This is a continuous effort. Look at his legs. He is just driving.
Danny Buggs, the dangerous receiver, far to the left. Oh, Reeves could not get the ball away. Sacked back across. And that is Scoggins again. Across the 50-yard line to about the 48-yard line. I'd like to clarify one other thing that has nothing to do with football, aside from the fact that John Bassett is the president and principal owner of Tampa Bay's Bandits. That was his daughter, 15-year-old Carling Bassett, who actually led Chris Everett in the final here in Florida at Amelia Island yesterday by a set, and then had her 4-2 in the third set before she lost to Chris Everett on clay. And of course, John Bassett of the Tampa Bay Bandits is very proud of his daughter, and Lee Major, who is a tennis buff, I'll tell you. I've seen him everywhere where they throw up a tennis ball. That's whom he was congratulating when he was talking to us at halftime.
Bob Norris just limped off to right guard number 66. He's been replaced by Bobby Hopkins. There's a great story in Bobby Hopkins. We'll get to it.
One setback Richard Holmes for blocking purposes. 3 wide receivers on 2nd down and 20. And Reeves to throw. And look out, the blitz was on. He gets the ball over. And it is Lewis Gilbert being knocked out of bounds at the 41-yard line. But it'll be 3rd down. And 11 to go. Scoggins was the man coming after Reeves. That's 3 plays, and he has been very much in evidence.
Jim, we're talking about Bobby Hopkins, number 64, who is now the right guard for Tampa. He is the world record. He holds the world's, or is the world champion arm wrestler, heavyweight arm wrestler. You got to have the strong arm, pal. Can't get him in his shirt.
3rd and 11. That's E.T. in motion, going back the other way. Trevelyan. Reeves back. He's got the time. He is looking for Platt. Almost picked off. Fox, who picked off one and took it down to the 10-yard line, which resulted in the go-ahead field goal, almost had his 2nd interception of the night and of the year. And it's 4th down. We've had intermittent rain, and it is raining even now. And Reshishin has come on to punt it. You know, they said 30% chance of rain, and it has hardly stopped raining since we showed up at the ballpark hours before this game began.
And it didn't rain at halftime.
On a fine halftime show. And Reshishin, rather low pass from center, hits the ball high and deep, and it will make it into the end zone and come out to the 20-yard line. And that's not what you want to do, because that's only about a 21-yard net punt. 9-6, the Express lead, 3rd quarter. We will see Tremaine Johnson next Monday night in Chicago, and Johnson leads all the USFL receivers with 38, even though he caught only 2 yesterday for 6 yards. And Neil Ballholm of Arizona caught 7 passes and jumped into 2nd place. Raymond Chester right up there. First down from the 20. Mike Ray is still in there, not Ramsey. Ray's got a man out there and throws it out there to his tight end, and that is Ellis. And Ellis picks up 9 yards to the 29-yard line. Well, we talked when we came on the air, Paul McGuire, about Mike Ray says, why not build around me? The future of the United States Football League is now. I've been around for 9 years. Why not build? Why are you saying you're going to build around Tom Ramsey? We have seen Ramsey holding for field goals, and on 1 play only, strangely enough, in the first half when he normally does not play. Now, he normally always starts the second half, but is not starting it, and he's standing over there wondering what happened.
Hugh Campbell is subject to change.
2nd and short, and it's going to be very close to the first down. Very close to the first down. That is Haslett, the fullback, and he's that short. Knows that football has to touch that 30-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and short.
You know something we haven't seen so far this year, Jim?
Not much.
Yeah, not much, but on a 3rd down situation like this, play action pass.
And a long throw.
And a long throw.
And I bet you won't see it here either.
I bet you're right.
Mike Ray's 11 for 16, 107 yards. That's not bad. He has not been intercepted. Ray bumps into his back, but Barnett gets the first down. Actually, they collided in the backfield, but Barnett still picks up the first down.
Back up to the chain there.
Hey, take a look at Dorgan, number 68. He's the nose tackle, but he just goes right down and takes himself out of the play. And Barnett picks up the first down.
9-6 Los Angeles, 10:15 to go, third quarter. Both Haynes and Williams come to the left. That is Williams in motion. Wide receivers haven't caught one yet tonight. Barnett picks up 5 yards out to the 45-yard line, where Kirchbaum makes the tackle, number 51, far across the way. There is John Barnett, a rookie out of Oregon Tech. Tony Bodie had a good first half, is not injured, and now Barnett's going off, and that means that Bodie will be coming in. Clock running, and the rain continuing to lazily but steadily fall. Second and 6. Here's Ray looking across and incomplete just across the line of scrimmage. Kirchbaum put quite a hit on Tony Bodie coming out of the backfield. And it's third down.
There's a ball, and when it's slick and it's raining like it is right there, when you've got to take a little bit off the ball. And that time Mike Ray just tried to drill a ball at Bodie, and there was no way for him to hold on to it. It was a little high.
You know, you get the impression that the weatherman has had his eye right on the United States Football League. But remember, several baseball games have been snowed out already, and they've only been underway for 2 weeks. And 3 golf tournaments in a row were delayed because of rain. There's Ray as a man and throws behind him. Barnett at the 42-yard line. Threw behind the man coming out of the backfield, Barnett. Haynes was also in that vicinity.
We were riding over here in a cab. Cab driver says, "There's our beautiful stadium. All it needs now is a dome on top of it." And I said to him, "Why? You're in beautiful Florida." Now I know why he wants a dome on it.
Jeff Partridge coming in. He has had a couple of kicks tonight of 27 and 31 yards. Bailey is the deep man. 10 men up front again. Oh, they've jumped. That won't be enough. Well, Bailey will take the ball at the 34-yard line, and it'll be interesting to see. It looked like Walter Carter jumped offside, and now there's a flag downfield the other way. But the original flag was for jumping offsides back up this way. But Tom White and his crew have been on the air as much tonight as Paul McGuire. We will hear from Tom White again, the referee. There have been a lot, especially in the first 20 minutes of this ball game, there were a lot of penalties.
And LA is still going to be a yard short, but I guarantee they're going to kick it over because the ball is at the 34-yard line.
Consultation continues. Hanging in there, trying to figure out what is going on, was Alvin Burleson. Spent 6 years in the CFL and one of the veterans in the secondary. Now here's Tom White.
You have offsides on the defense, illegal block above the waist in the back on the kicking team. The penalty's offset. We'll replay fourth down.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
The whistle had blown, I thought, before.
Yeah, but how could an illegal block by the kicking team?
That's what he said.
They're on defense now.
That's right, but that's what he said.
I know that's what he said. And well, it's been confusing all evening anyway.
When you're on defense, I thought you were getting blocked.
Yeah.
Partridge kicks this one away, and that's off the side of his foot. That will go out of bounds, and they're going to pick up. He got 5 additional, well, they didn't get any additional yards because the penalty's offset, but Tampa Bay picks up about 7 or 8 additional on that.
First and 10 Bandits on their own 21-yard line.
How can you have
an illegal block? I don't know. Reminder about that NBA championship rounds that are beginning starting tomorrow night, Tuesday here on ESPN. We'll have them right on into May. Jeff Partridge is having a bad night.
Well, and take a look. He's trying to do something Andrew Shishin did. There's a little acting in all kickers. And they're all a little weird.
Including yourself,
Thank
right?
you. Yes, I am.
Well, there is Trevilian. He's caught his first pass of the night and makes a good run, and it's a first down inside to step between them there.
E.T. Eric Trevelyan, he just does a delay and under. Now Reeves has got all day to throw the football, but watch, there's no one around Trevelyan. And watch the move he makes right here, and that's on Henderson. He gets back to the inside and still picks up another 6 yards.
Partridge, we told you about his bad night. 27, 31, and 24-yard punts he has had. First down from a 43. Trevelyan in motion, and Platt getting down to about the 40 and pick up a couple of yards only before he is tripped up there. Looked like Danny Rich, the outside linebacker, number 53, tripped him up.
Isn't that the way it goes, though? You talk about Partridge when he came in, Jim, to this game. He's one of the top punters. Look, here's the rain. That doesn't help anybody. But he's one of the top punters in the league, and one of the few bright spots in the last 4 weeks of L.A., and all of a sudden he's falling apart.
He was tied going into this weekend's games for the top spot in the league, 43.3. He hasn't come close tonight. Here's Reeves back. Reeves with time and underthrows his man. Platt coming out of the backfield. Reeves had time and then ran out of time as Dennis Edwards arrived on the scene. And it's third down and 7 to go. 9-6. Los Angeles leads Tampa Bay. The Express are 3-3, and Tampa Bay 5-1. Tell you one thing, looking at the crowd, Paul, and there's a good crowd. Someone made a bundle selling those yellow ponchos. They are everywhere, all over the stadium. Third down. Reeves, all the time in the world, and then got hit from behind, and that forced that ball to go high in the air, intended for Bugs. It was Rich Dimbler who forced Reeves, who takes a look at him, to throw that ball high. Just as he was releasing the ball, he got hit from behind. It's fourth down, and Andrew Sisson comes on to do the kicking.
C3 in section
7:38 left, third quarter.
You know, it's also been amazing about the USFL after 7 weeks, Jim, it's low-scoring games.
Very low.
With the excitement on the field, I hope he gets time to see the flowers.
Andrew Sisson gets the ball away, and it's going to go out of bounds. Let's see where it goes out of bounds. It goes out of bounds inside the 15.
11-yard line.
In the nets.
Come on, JR. All right, here we go, dude.
Here comes Platt. Lost the football, but it is picked up. Doesn't make any difference. He would have lost it out of bounds. Trevelyan picked it up anyway, but had the ball just skidded out of bounds, it still would have belonged to Tampa Bay. Platt made a good run.
Sam Platt got to the outside, and he was motoring. Danny Rich, the linebacker, got knocked down, number 53 on the outside, and Sam Platt picked up a first down. And you're right, Eric Trevelyan was right there, but the ball would have gone out of bounds.
1:05 left in this third quarter. 9-6 the Express. One setback. That is Platt. And he's going to run the football. Now there's something we can talk about. And I'll ask my analyst here, because when they have Richard Holmes in there as a lone setback, it is all pass. Holmes simply in there to block. Platt's in there, and you almost know what's going to happen, and it happened. They gave the ball to him to run. He was not there to block.
No, he's not. He is by far their better runner in the last couple of weeks anyway.
Greg Boone, remember, out, hurt. Second down. This time Platt comes out of the backfield. Reeves, though, going to go a different way, and it's intercepted by guess who? Mike Fox for a third time, and he might have had 4. And we go back to the John Reeves story. He seems to find someone to intercept his passes and sticks with him. Like Luther Bradley got 4 of his, but he got 6, and Dumar's got a couple last week.
And now Fox has got 3 this week. So he has thrown 2, that's at 6, and 3 is 9, and to 3 different people. Take a look at it. Fox is right there. This ball is the old wounded duck. He was trying to get the ball out to Robert Young, number 87, the tight end.
Ball's at the 36-yard line, and the Express leading by 3 have a real shot here. This is Barnett. Gets a block, cuts outside, and is knocked out of bounds by Keith Clark, number 56, the linebacker on that side. But he gets inside the 35, down to the 33, a gain of 3, and it is 2nd down and 7. One thing Hugh Campbell has done tonight, even though he has apparently settled on Mike Ray for this game as his quarterback, he has run the football and run it rather effectively, Paul, considering how poorly it's been run since the 2nd game of the season.
Reeves, I tell you right now, you don't see Jordan warming up either on the Tampa Bay bench. That Spurrier will stay with Reeves as long as they're in a close game.
Here's Ray. Delayed to LaRue Harrington, and I don't even think he got back to the line of scrimmage. Keith Clark again there. Along with, well, that's Keith Clark, the man. Let's just give it to him. End of the 3rd quarter, 9-6, the Express. Monday Night Football, the USFL on ESPN. I'm Jim Simpson with Paul McGuire. We begin the 4th quarter. It is 3rd down 5 for the Express on the 35 of Tampa Bay. Ricky Ellis, the tight end, in motion, and Mike Ray back to throw. Ray has a man and is almost picked off. Is intended for Barnett, but closing fast, trying to make the interception was Alvin Bailey, and he had a clear field in front of him. It's 4th down.
The only problem was Bailey missed the ball, and Barnett almost caught it. Just take a look at this, how close this game is. LA with the 224 to 177, and Tampa Bay has been keeping their people under
Hold it up
100
there for
yards.
a moment. Look at that. Passing yardage, Los Angeles 122. Tampa Bay with John Reeves, and those 350-yard games he has had, 81 yards.
You know, the thing about it is now he's thrown 3 interceptions in the game, Jim, and they've only LA has only gotten 3 field goals out of the whole game so far.
Now let's see what they're going to do here. Partridge is in. The ball is at the 35-yard line. Last time he got a 29-yard punt, but it was a good 29-yard punt because he punted it out of bounds inside the 20.
I said Reeves with 3 interceptions. He's got 4. Excuse me. I also have a penalty. Or is it?
Nope. It's just Partridge and company regrouping.
Yeah, remember him.
Bailey is your safety at the 9-yard line. Partridge. Here they come. And he angles it toward the sidelines. May have done a good job, but it's going to hit and go into the end zone. So that is only going to be about a 21-yard net pickup from the 41 to the 20-yard line. That is all. Los Angeles Express, Michigan Panthers. That's this Saturday night, live at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Jim Thacker will join Don Heinrich up at the Silver Dome, the only place in the USFL that has not rained on a team this year because it's indoors, I guarantee you. And I'm sure that the Express will come off a high of this game if it continues the way it is. And Michigan, remember, has just added John Banaszak, former Steeler defensive lineman. Platt doesn't go too far, mainly because of Eric Scoggins, number 51, who was right there. Scoggins has played a good game tonight, a rookie out of USC.
And he had Robert Young, number 87, the tight end, blocking on him. And if Young would have blocked Scoggins, Sam Platt would still be running.
2nd down and 8 to go. There's Platt trying to get outside. There's Scoggins again. Throws him in the backfield. 3rd down and long. And there you have a 1st down at the 20, and Reeves, who's not having a good night, he has been intercepted, but only 1 interception that led to any points at all, and that was 3 points. We've only had 3-pointers in this game. But Reeves on 2 plays runs from his 20.
And he had the rain that stopped in those 2 plays, and now it's starting back up again. And it's thinning out.
Here comes Richard Holmes in. Now he is a blocker. And they're going to have to get somebody out of there. Or was 1 man missing? 1 man must have been missing. Holmes got in at the last minute. Here's Reeves. Reeves in trouble, and down he goes. The ball is loose. And let's see whether they call it an incomplete pass or going to call it a fumble. And Dennis Edwards is right Edwards. He's got the football and not about to give it up. Ball inside the 20-yard line, and now Paul McGuire. Oh, the land of missed opportunities. Remember, a first down at the 10 back in the first half, and they did not score. Another interception by Fox deep in the territory at the 36-yard line, came up with nothing. Now they get a fumble at the 18-yard line, and the Express had better take advantage of some of these big breaks.
Because you can't give Tampa, even though they are having a bad night, you can't give them that kind of a chance. They're only 3 points ahead of LA at this point.
And this is Barnett trying to get outside. He does. Inside the 15-yard line, John Barnett carries the football. Run out of bounds by Tony Hayes, who's having a good night. 13-13 to go in the game. 9-6. Los Angeles leads, and you're right, Paul. The rain is coming back in sheets.
But you've got to know LA wants to come away from this thing with a touchdown and not a field goal, because that would only put them up 6 points. And it would be tough, very, very tough for Tampa Bay to come back with a 10-point deficit.
And remember what wind there is, and there is some down there. Tampa Bay is moving into the wind, the Express with the wind. This time, Barnett comes this way and gets inside the 10-yard line and very close to the first down. And a flag is down. Hugh Campbell looking on, and it's the Express are walking back. Another one of those big penalties, of which we've had a bundle tonight. And they're marking off. Let's see, they're going back 10 yards. Tampa Bay has committed 5 turnovers. Los Angeles, which had turnover-itis last week, hasn't turned the ball over once.
Holding, number 71 on the white, second down.
And all of those turnovers, remember, have been John Reeves. Interceptions and a fumble. They'll move the ball back to the 20-yard line. They've got to get the ball inside the 8.
Yeah, that can't be 71 White, because that's for Alafua, and he's not in the ball game.
He's there. Ray throws, has a man. He's got the first down at least. Across the way, looks like it is Ricky Ellis, the tight end. And he is hurt. Evan Williams is calling for someone to come over. Took a shot from Leon Williams as he caught the ball. It is first and goal to go. 12:59 left. 9-6 Los Angeles, and the Express are in scoring territory. He's in there.
He is. Mike Ray's rolling out to his left. He's going to find Ricky Ellis, number 88, down around the 3-yard line. Leon Williams, number 22. Watch where he hits Ellis. You want to know why his legs hurt? Take a look at this. Right at the knees. And dumps him right there. Good tackle.
But he did get up and did come back. And we'll repeat again that for Alafua, we thought had a bad ankle. And the report was nerve in his neck is back in there. But now we understand that John Reeves may have sprained his wrist on that last play. They're going to x-ray it. First down, goal to go. Straight ahead for not much. Untangled. There's Alafua getting up. And there's Barnett, the man who carried the football, with LaRue Harrington leading the way. Nose of the football, when they put it down, will be almost on that goal line, Paul. And we may see the Express have their first rushing touchdown in 28 quarters. And I think they've got it. There it is. Los Angeles has its first rushing touchdown. And Barnett gets up thrilled. He is on the board, the first in history of the USFL. But more importantly, it puts the Express up 16-6.
Isn't that amazing? 28 quarters with not a touchdown on the ground, and you're going to see Barnett. They just take off the right side of the offensive line. They blow him out, and Barnett goes over the top. And he just gets in.
Listen, I'm guilty of saying 16-6 also, as the scoreboard up there does. It's 15-6 at the moment. If Vince Abbott makes this, it'll be 16-6. Ramsey to hold. Abbott to kick. And now, say it is 16-6. 12:31 to go in the game. And the Express trying to win for the first time on the road. Remember, Paul and I'll be picking the men and MVP at the end of this game, and the winning player will get that $1,000 to donate to the college or university of his choice. If the Express hang on, and we'll talk about John Reeves and see whether or not he comes back out once they get this football. But there's a scoring drive, and let it be said, it's been done all with the exception of one play with only one quarterback, not the two that the Express have gone with in the previous 6 games. Abbott to kick off. Taken by one of the up men, Sam Platt, and Platt gets across the 25.
Interesting replays. First, we're going to see the touchdown with Barnett, and he gets over and he scores. They just blow out the right-hand side of that offensive line, blows out the left-hand side of the defensive line. But take a look at the coaching staff of LA. Now, they have not had a touchdown on the ground in 28 quarters. Look at this. They're waiting. Okay. Now they're happy.
Jimmy Jordan, who played only one down and was caught for too much time, has to take over now. He's only thrown the ball 12 times all year. Reeves is having that wrist x-ray. So it's up to Jordan, who played at Florida State, to bring him back. Hands to Platt, and Platt gets out maybe a yard or two near the 30-yard line, and that is all. Tackle made by Danny Rich, number 53. Well, Tampa Bay 5-1 on the year. Tampa Bay having beaten such teams as Boston, which is right up there in the standings. Philadelphia, which has got a 6-1 record. They've beaten them. Denver in overtime last week, lost only to Chicago. In danger now of losing to the Express. It'll be up to Jimmy Jordan apparently to bring them back if they are to win.
And he's got to throw the football.
Second down, Jordan back to throw. Gets it out across, and that is caught by Tony Stevens, who had some big catches in the first half. That's his first of the second half, and they're just shy of the first down. Mike Fox with 3 interceptions and almost a 4th made the stop. We'll report again that Scott Myers, who normally plays a free safety spot, is out with a knee. 2 interceptions, as you see Ellis being worked on the sidelines. 2 interceptions, and Fox took over for him and quickly surpassed him as the top interception leader in this club.
And that play that they just threw there, Jordan to Stevens, you can throw that ball all day long because the linebackers are dropping way off.
Third and short. Platt's going to try to get the first down, and it's got the first down up to the 40-yard line. Now remember, there is the 2-point conversion. We're getting way ahead of ourselves now. There's still more than 10 minutes to go in the third quarter, but they can win on a touchdown and a field goal.
All right, there's Lute. He's the inside linebacker, and he's coming across. He's sliding, trying to help out, but he just kind of overruns the play because Platt is being dragged down to the inside.
You know who has not been the big man tonight? Nor has anybody, because Reeves hasn't been able to get them the football, but Danny Buggs only caught a couple of balls, and he came in with 30 catches. There's Platt again, out to the 45-yard line. Second down and 4 to go. Jimmy Jordan, he played in an alternating quarterback situation at Florida State.
All right, let's take a look at the 2 inside linebackers, Sewell and Lute, and see how far they're dropping off. This pass to Platt, they did this last week against Denver. They pick up another 7 yards with the play. It's open because the linebackers are dropping so far off. But, again, time is running out.
9:45 to go in the game. Jordan, everybody's downfield. Platt makes the catch, first down across the 50. They sent out 5 receivers that time. Everybody came out of the backfield with 2 backs, and they had 3 wide receivers in there.
They're doing the same thing. The linebackers are dropping deep to try to give some help for the cornerman. And you see Sam Platt, he's coming out, and he's one-on-one with with Lute, number 57. And as long as the linebackers keep dropping off that far, you've got to keep using that. That's something they should have been doing in the first half continuously.
16-6, Willie Gillespie, who can fly, is in here and on the left side, number 89. is Platt. You can hear him yell, draw, and Platt gets to the 45-yard line, and Jimmy Jordan is putting together quite a drive. Clock running, 16-6. Platt has now gone over the 100-yard mark. 101 yards on 19 carries. Greg Boone will repeat, out with an ankle injury. He was their leading ball carrier, averaging better than 4 yards.
Here's the talking to the offensive linemen. They're trying to get their plays ready when they get the ball back.
Second down, 6 to go. Jordan coming across. And Trevelyan is going to be knocked out of bounds, but not until he gets the first down at the 31-yard line. And Jordan looks very cool and steady.
He sent Sam Platt right up the middle. You're going to see him. He's cheating in the line of scrimmage. Now Sam Platt's going to come right up. He's going to hold the linebackers right there. And as ET comes across, the linebackers have dropped off. Tyrone Justin, there's Fox that missed him. Tyrone Justin, number 20, also missed him, and ET picks up the first down.
And Florida State was going to the Orange Bowl and such a couple of years ago. Jimmy Jordan was a quarterback. Oh, almost an interception across the way. Tyrone Justin. But it was Alvin Burleson who almost made the interception. They were both back there and almost picked off Jordan's throw.
This is when you have a free safety like Burleson standing in the back there just waiting for the ball. The ball is hung out for ET. But watch Burleson come into the picture. Almost makes the interception. Double coverage. Good play by the weak safety.
Second down 10. The ball at the 31 of Los Angeles. Los Angeles leads 16-6. 8:12 left in the game. John Reeves out, Jimmy Jordan in. Tonight has been a story of quarterbacks. Oh, perfect throw. Fox makes the tackle of Tony Stevens. Stevens' second catch on this drive. Perfect throw from Jimmy Jordan. Led his man and was right in his hand. Just shy of the first down. Third down and short, about 1.5 yards.
What a difference the quarterback change makes. Jimmy Jordan is 5 out of 6. Almost had one picked off, but he's throwing the ball well. And when you're going down the field like this, they're doubling on the outside, Jim. And what happens, it opens up the middle. If they will throw the short pass to the middle. But the only problem is it's eating up time.
They're missing a man, but now Holmes comes in. That's the second time we've seen him come in late on a play. There's a throw and turn. There's the touchdown Bugs. Jordan throws his first touchdown pass of his USFL career. Bugs catches his second touchdown pass of the year.
Bugs really didn't know where the ball was coming. The blitz is on, but watch how they pick it up. Platt's in there. Everybody picks up very well. You see Jordan's throw. He's throwing the ball. Now watch what Bugs is. Watch the adjustments that he makes, Jim. He's going to go back this way. Now watch him. He'll come back this other way and then turn around and keep the ball in sight at all times. He made 2 different adjustments on the play. Caught the ball for a touchdown. Dropped 2 earlier that were right in his hands.
Jordan to hold. Andrusician to kick the extra point. And he does. And now the score is 16-13. The Express. ESPN, your #1 choice for sports, has that top-ranked boxing again this week. That's Thursday night. Watch it. Andrusician to kick off. 7:21 left. A 3-point ball game. The Express lead. 5 minutes they took in that 73-yard drive. Short kick. Tolbert almost at the 20, has it there. Oh, a big hole up the middle. A foot race is on, and Alvin Bailey gets him. But not until he crosses into Tampa Bay territory to the 46. First down inside the 46.
All right, here's a touchdown again. Jordan throws, but the adjustment that Bugs makes is just incredible. He makes 2 different moves, and in the last move that he makes, he turns to the ball. Now, he's saying, oh, thank you, Lord. He's finally got a ball.
Bandit ball. Jordan talking to Trevelyan. Reeves having his wrist x-ray. Mike Ray still the quarterback for the Express. Ray rolling out this way. He's going to throw and has thrown. He throws behind Kevin Williams. Williams stuck out an arm and couldn't hold on to it.
Jim, isn't that the second time he's thrown to the wide receivers in this ball game? I think it is.
Here once to Haynes, I do recall, and Haynes caught the ball across the field at about the 40. There's the drive of 73 yards, better than 5 minutes, including the pass to Bugs.
Isn't it amazing, a team that runs the ball for 3.5 quarters, and all of a sudden they've got a lead, 7 minutes to go in the ball game, and now they're throwing it on first down.
Barnett just does get back to the line of scrimmage. That's all. Fred Dorgan, number 68, is down under all of that, along with Ramey, 78. And now Ray has a 3rd down and 10, or he's got to give the ball back to the very hot-handed Jordan and the Tampa Bay Bandits.
Now that last drive that Tampa Bay had the ball was 10 plays, 73 yards, 5 minutes and 1 second in the drive. Took a long time, but again, that middle was open.
4 down linemen now for the Bandits. They normally have a 3-4 lineup, but 4 down linemen here. Ray throws, has a man, and he does not have the football. Could not hold on to it. Looks like it's Kevin Williams across the way. Had the first down inside the 35. A diving, slipping catch. Leon Williams was there with him. And now the Bandits are going to get the ball back. 6:21 showing on the clock.
You know what's always amazing to me? Kevin Williams drops the ball, number 84. Leon Williams, number 22, is covering him. He just drops the ball. Then the guy gets up, Leon Williams, the guy that was covering him, and points his finger at him. I had you covered. The guy dropped the ball, taking credit for it. I don't ever understand that.
As Alvin Bailey made a saving tackle moments ago. Tobert, who got the ball over to the 46. Partridge to do the kicking toward the sideline. This may be a good one, and goes out inside the 20 again at the 10-yard line. And Jeff Partridge, who's doing so poorly the last couple of times he's kicked, once for distance and twice for direction, gets a 36-yard net punt, but that's the time. They're backed up to the 10 with 6:14 left.
All right, now let's take a look back at that other drive of Tampa Bay. Took them 5 minutes and 1 second to go 77 yards in the drive, 10 plays. They've got 6:14 on the clock. If they just stay patient, throw those little dump passes in the middle, and that's where the opening is in this defense, because everybody, they don't want to see the bomb. Jordan 6 out of 7 for 60 yards, Jim.
And a touchdown. And Jordan's going to throw. And as his man, Danny Bugs again, and Fox makes the tackle, first down, 25-yard line.
In the middle of the field.
Open all night. Less than 6 minutes to go.
Jim, take a look at the middle of this field. Now, Jordan's going to see Bugs coming from his left to his right, and that ball is right there. Now, take a look. There's nobody in the middle of the field. The linebackers are up close. There's Fox, number 27, making the tackle, but that's after the first down. Go right back to the middle.
16-13 Los Angeles, Tampa Bay driving. Under second-string quarterback Jordan, hands off to Platt. Platt uses some time off the clock and picks up very few yards. Maybe 2.5 to 3 out to the 29-yard line. Clock continues to run. Second down and 7 call it. Well, again, the quarterback story before this night gets away. John Reeves started, did not have a good night, threw 4 interceptions, fumbled the ball away once, but hurt his wrist. Jimmy Jordan is the man in there now. Mike Ray's always started the first half. Tom Ramsey's always started the second half, but Ramsey did not start the second half. He's only played 1 down tonight, and that was in the first half. Jordan looking across the middle again. First down, and he gets out of bounds at midfield.
Jim, what happens on a play like this is Eric Trevelyan comes across the field from the right to the left-hand side. All right, he's coming across. Now they clear out. Bugs clears out the other side because there's double coverage on him. There's not a corner or a safety here. The linebackers are dropping off to take the backs coming out of the backfield. And look at how much room Eric Trevelyan has to run with the football.
Well, again, Lesby checks in. Trevelyan's out for the moment. Gillespie Goes wide to the right along with Buggs on first down from midfield. Platt. Some yardage, not much. Good hit there by Dimmler on Platt, and Platt gets up and goes after Fox and is immediately restrained by the head linesman Jeff Bergman. Platt well over 100 yards.
Plus, Platt's smart, you know, so he went after a little guy. You never see him go after, you rarely ever see him go after linebackers and defensive linemen. They'll pick the littlest guy in the backfield and go after him, and they'll yell at him.
That's not Platt, that's a lot of football players.
Yeah, that's right. The smart one.
Second down, Jordan all the time in the world, and it was almost picked off. A diving try by Tony Stevens and a diving try for the interception by Tyrone Justin. And now it will be third down. But a flag is down also, and it may be holding. And the Bandits, who trail by 3 with 4 minutes and 7 seconds to go, are walking backwards. They'll change the down and distance. Take the ball back inside the 45-yard line.
Holding. Number 60 on the raid. Second down.
Now remember, we are still within the realm of possibility of an overtime game. Andrew Sission's longest field goal of the year has been 43 yards. So if they get any kind of distance at all on this drive, he does have a chance, if they don't go all the way, of tying the game up.
In overtime.
Pavilion wide to the right. And Jordan back to throw. Look out. Jordan is sacked. Greg Fields was the first man that got him. 3 to get him. 3 of them wound up getting Jimmy Jordan, who is playing by far and away more downs right now than he's played all year long. And under circumstances in which the game is in hand. They're down by 3, and that clock is rolling with 3:45 to go. And this is third down and 20 to go. Jordan, look out. Gets the ball up in the air, and it is almost picked off. They say that Burleson got it, and he did. Off the hands of Fox. Another man with him, and Alvin Burleson makes the diving interception with 3.5 minutes to go.
Now the officials are discussing it because Tampa Bay said the ball hit the ground and he trapped it.
Being waved away there, but I say he did make the interception. I'm watching the official who's pointing the other way. And it was a close thing, whether it was in or out. Steve Spurrier would like to know.
It is not an interception,
It
James.
is not an interception.
He trapped the ball.
Trapped the ball, long discussion, but it means that he called for Z to come in and kick the ball away.
We've had some discussions today. Our minute MVP may be Tom White, the referee.
The referee, no, this has been an entertaining game, but to say it's been an unusual game is understating the fact. Tolbert and Fox go deep as you take a look at Andrew Sission. 3.5 minutes to go. The Express by 3. They get the ball back. High kick. Fair catch call for Tolbert. He's going to let it drop. That's a wise thing. You don't want to fumble there, even though the ball is going to roll inside the 20. Could have been disaster if Tolbert had tried to make it a catch there. 3:19 to go in the game. Express have the ball and the 3-point lead. Monday Night Football, the USFL, live on ESPN from Tampa, Florida. And this is a ball game, and here is a play. Watch this.
All right, is this to Buggs, or where is the ball being thrown? Now, Fox is the guy, I think, at first, or Williams. Now, it is. The ball hit the ground. Burleson, there's no question about it. The ball hit the ground.
Barnett's got the ball. And it may be that John Barnett is just running the ball better, but in this strange game of unexplained absences and appearances, where is Tony Bodie, who had such an outstanding first half? Over 50 yards with 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Don't know where Bodie is, but now we're going to come up to that thing about the 2 minutes, Jim.
Every time they get a first down, if they get a first down, the clock stops in the last 2 minutes, and there's 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go now.
That's one of the reasons why the Tampa Bay is not taking the timeouts now, and they have 3 of them.
Tailback again, Barnett gets across the 25-yard line and is only about a yard shy of the first down. Express trying to run this out, get some kind of drive going. They're taking all the time they can. They lead by 3. Clock counting down to the 2-minute mark.
See, they don't have to run a play here. If I was Tampa Bay at that point, I would take one of my timeouts now, and then if they stop them, force them to punt before the 2 minutes, and it'll stop the exchange.
Well, we're going to pick a Menon MVP and give that $1,000 to somebody, but this is too close to call at this time. 2 minutes to go. Talk about unusual ball games. That was not the 2-minute warning. With 4 seconds to go to the 2-minute warning, Tampa Bay used up one of their timeouts.
I said they should have used the timeout when there was 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Make them run the play, then they could stop the clock at the 2 minutes, whatever they wanted to do. But they waited 26 seconds to take the timeout.
What a game. Barnett's trying to get that first down. I don't know whether or not he got it.
No, he didn't.
3rd down and short. The way it looks from here now, he is a good yard short.
He is a yard. It'll be 4th down. Now the 2-minute warning. See, had they done that before, well, I guess it comes out. They still lose a couple of seconds on the clock, though, on the punt.
Walk down. A field goal would tie this up. Alvin Bailey's walking back. This is the 2-minute warning here. The officials are advising both ball clubs. In the first half, there were 5 field goals, with Los Angeles coming out on top with their final one with 42 seconds to go in the half, 9-6. Then, in the 4th quarter, after Reeves fumbled at the 18-yard line, John Barnett had the honor of being the first Express player to score a touchdown on the ground in history to make it 16-6. But with Reeves out, Jimmy Jordan brought back the Tampa Bay Bandits and threw a scoring strike to Danny Buggs, and that made it 16-13. And that's where we are now with 1:59 to go. And the Express have to give the football up.
This is the time in the game where the coaches get ulcers. And your hair starts to turn gray. And you worry about what you're going to do. You know LA, as soon as I say this, they may do something, but you know they're not going to fake the punt. They're going to make Tampa Bay score, but they've got a minute 59. They'll have about a minute 50 after this punt, plus 2 timeouts remaining. And the clock stops after every first down within 2 minutes.
Partridge, the kicker. Bailey, the safety man. Gets the ball. Oh, he got away beauty. Driving Bailey back. It's over his head. Inside the 20. Down to about the 10. And there's a flag down. And they may have roughed Partridge. And the Express may get the football back. First down. The one thing that Tampa Bay did not want to do, I think they have done. They have roughed the kicker. And you see Steve Spurrier, he knows what happened. Partridge's good kick all the way from the line of scrimmage at the 26 down to the 11 was a thing of beauty, but if he was roughed up, it's an automatic first down.
Was he roughed up? Take a look. He was not. I'll tell you right now, he was not roughed up. And that was James Ramey, number 78.
Ramey, it looked as though Partridge's leg swinging through hit Ramey and went down. A 63-yard punt, but that's not the story. That doesn't go into the record books. Erase that. Give it first down to the Express with their 3-point lead and 1:46 to go. We see Bodie is in there. Haslett carrying the football, but Tony Bodie is back, so apparently he is all right.
All right, we got timeout on the field.
Tampa Bay takes the time, so we'll take time. It'll be 2nd down and 8 when we come back. 1:41 left, 16-13. Los Angeles leads Tampa Bay. Los Angeles wins this game, they will join Denver at 4-3 to lead the Pacific Division, with Oakland and Arizona both 3-4. Tampa Bay loses, they'd be 5-2 and just 1 game ahead of Chicago in the Central Division. Second down and 8 to go, and Barnett's got the football and a few yards only.
Tampa Bay takes their last time out, Jim.
Tampa Bay wanted to go 6-1 and lead Chicago by 2. And we were saying, gee, you could tie Philadelphia for the best record in the USFL at 6-1. And someone said, we would have the best. We beat Philadelphia. But it doesn't look as though, unless something turns around in this last minute and 36 seconds, that will happen. But again, remember, they're only down by 3. And it is third down and long, 5 yards to go. And there's still that chance for a quick move downfield and a field goal to tie it up and to send it into overtime.
Well, the way I have this thing figured out, they're going to get the ball, they'll run a play, LA. They don't get the first down, it'll be 4th down. They'll take as much time off the clock as they possibly can and just let the clock run down and even take a 5-yard penalty. So Tampa Bay would get the ball back with about 40 seconds, maybe about 40 seconds left to go in the game with no timeouts.
Inside the USFL, Tom Mees, Thursdays at 8 o'clock. Tell you what, Tom can... I know that Herschel Walker went for more than 100 yards and Mazzetti kicked all those field goals yesterday, but he can just do this game as his show. This has been something to see. Mike Ray's gone the whole way for the first time, and now it's third down and 5.
The offensive guard moves.
Down, it's going to be 3rd and 10, I'm sure. Barnett carried the ball, but for naught. Tackled across the way by Tim Groves. .135 left on that clock.
They should put a second back on the clock because it was at 1:36, and the play doesn't move at all if the offensive lineman moves.
Yep. Ball is put back at the 31-yard line. 3rd down and 10. There have been 200 yards in penalties tonight against both ball clubs on 23 calls. 200 yards in penalties. There's Haslip trying to get outside, and not nearly enough. Gets to the 35, and it's going to be up to Jeff Partridge again. This is where he can use one of those 61-yard booming punts.
Tampa Bay should get up as quick as they possibly can.
Man down there hurt now, and that clock is running as he is down there hurt. Now the official is calling time.
I think it's Borowski, number 53.
One of their better linebackers. 1:14 left, 16-13. The ball game that is already well over 3 hours old, and George Allen, whether you like what he says or not, the fact that these games are going too long, here we go to another 3-hour-plus game in the USFL, and he says it's because of stopping the clock in the last 2 minutes of each half.
It hasn't happened.
It hasn't happened here, you're right. It's throwing the football. Saturday night, the same Express team goes up to get Michigan. We told you they signed John Banaszak, former Steeler, today. That'll be at 8 o'clock. That's 8 o'clock Eastern time there, not Pacific time. 8 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock Pacific time. And then on Monday night, a week from tonight, Paul and I will be on the road again. We will be in Chicago for the game there with the New Jersey Generals and the Blitz.
Does the main clock start running now?
Borowski coming off the field. Express huddling on the sideline.
Now that clock will start again, and they'll have 30 seconds in which to get the ball off, and if LA, I would run all 30 seconds off and take the penalty.
1:14. I'm waiting for him to start the clock. And they still have not started the clock. There was no timeout, and the officials timeout as far as I know, because I thought Tampa Bay was out of timeouts.
Jim, that clock should start again because on the defense, on an injury, after an injury, the clock will start, and the clock should start now, and they could run off 30 seconds of the clock.
Clock is not started.
There it goes.
Now it goes. Now they can take 30 seconds if they want.
Oh,
And it looks like they're going to. They're standing around. And Tampa Bay knows exactly what they're going to do. They're standing around also. They might even just let it go down and take the 5-yard delay of game.
Oh, wait a minute. They're stopping the clock again. For what?
You got me.
The clock has to start.
You've got me.
Now they're putting it back
Game
to
clock to 1:04.
They got to put the clock back to 1:04, and they will start. They should start the clock. And LA was right, just standing there waiting for the thing to run down.
It is not 58 seconds. Add 6 seconds to that. Now the clock shows 0. Now 1 minute. Now 1:04. Now they're ready.
It should be 1:14 is what it should be, and not 1:04. They're taking 10 seconds off the clock because the 30-second clock went down to 14, Jim. That's 16 seconds off of that clock. It was at 58 when they stopped it. If you add 16 back to it, it's at 1:14. They're cheating Tampa out of 10 seconds. Now they're going to start it again. Tampa lost.
They got 30 seconds on the clock again.
I know. Tampa lost 10 seconds in the exchange.
They could just let it run down some more. So instead of getting away with 30 seconds, they can get away with 40.
Exactly. Spurrier knows it. I'll tell you, Spurrier is living on the sideline because he knows that they've cheated him out of 10 seconds.
Now it's running down to the 32nd. That's it. A call delay of game, and now they got to get the ball. Now they called timeout so they wouldn't get a delay of game. Paul McGuire, you and I hope we get stuck in a traffic jam tonight so we can talk over what happened in this game. 16-13, Los Angeles, back after this. Well, such as this game tonight, they went ahead and played while we were away. And Partridge's kick was kicked out of bounds inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 47-yard kick. Jimmy Jordan with John Reeves out injured comes out to try to run the ball club again. Paul, shall we get the MVP now, or you want to hang in there a little bit longer?
I think we can go ahead and safely say who it is and take a look at the number of seconds on the clock, and that's the number of the guy.
Well, when you folks are ready, we're ready with our minute MVP. Of course, that could go out the window if Jordan completes a long pass here. Let's see if they go across the middle again. Jordan over there. Jordan trying to set up and is run out of bounds at the 6-yard line. I may be wrong, but it looked as though they were trying to set up a screen to Platt on the far side. Platt was running into blockers and could not turn around to get the ball, and Jordan simply had to drift outside with a man in pursuit.
Eddie Weaver, the second. Number 61 is the man, the nose guard, that ran Jordan out of bounds. And you're right, they were trying to set up a screen. Now, here's a time if you're going to set up a screen like that, you roll to one side and throw the screen back to the other side.
21 seconds to go, but now they've got 23 yards to go for a first down to stop the clock and keep their momentum going. Jordan from his own end zone. Look out, he's in his end zone, and there's the safety. That's the ball game right there. That's the ball game right there. And the Express are going to win for the first time on the road this year. And they're going with Mike Ray all the way, but he is not our minute MVP. There he is, Mike Fox, a rookie out of San Diego State with 3 interceptions, almost had a 4th. He will get $1,000 to donate to the school of his choice, and it's 3 interceptions, not 2 interceptions for Mike Fox. We just don't give away minute MVP awards for 2 interceptions.
That's right.
Mike had 3. But it's 18-13, and of course they've got to kick the ball back. And now Tampa Bay is going to fall to 5-2-0. They got to go to Washington next Sunday to play their game, whereas Los Angeles gets to stay down here in Florida because their next game is Saturday night in Michigan, which you'll see on ESPN. So they're going to stay and work out here in Florida and then move into Birmingham, Michigan next Friday afternoon to the Silverdome. I should say Pontiac, Michigan. Well, this has been something for the Express to win their first game on the road. For Mike Ray had been complaining about the alternate quarterback situation. He played all but one down tonight. And Mike Fox starting only because the regular free safety Scott Byers with 2 interceptions without with a knee came up with 3 himself. It's been that kind of night, plus over 200 yards in penalties.
We're going to see an onside kick right here also.
I think so.
Because normally you would punt in this situation, but Henderson's got it on the tee. He's going to kick it off, and here they come.
Miracles do happen, you know, so let's not say it's all over yet. Oh, it kicks it right to Burleson. Burleson simply falls down. Clock is running. Remember, Tom Mees coming up with a further look at the USFL. We've got 12 seconds to go, but all they've got to do is fall on it because Tampa Bay is out of timeouts.
L.A. put it together, Jim. Had not had a running touchdown, a rushing touchdown in 6 games. They finally put it together, the first time in 28 quarters. Their running game was sporadic at best, and they put that pretty much together this evening. Mike Ray goes the distance in the ball game. They hadn't had an interception in 4 games, end up with 4.
And as Ray falls down, don't forget Vince Abbott, because his 3 field goals, as compared to Andrusic's 2, are the difference in the ball game, plus the safety. As time runs out, and the Express win their first game on the road, they're now 4-3. Ray went all the way, and Tampa Bay falls to 5-2, Paul.
Tampa Bay, they've had some bad luck at home. Again, as you said, L.A. winning their first game on the road. That's going to give them some inspiration going to Michigan. Tampa Bay has had problems at home.
Paul and I are on the way to Chicago for next Monday night's game. I'm Jim Simpson with Paul McGuire. Los Angeles tonight has upset Tampa Bay, favored by a touchdown, 18-13. Let's go to Tom Mees.
Thank you very much, Jim Simpson. Let's be honest about it. It was certainly no Rembrandt. Not a very artistic game at all, but when all was said and done, it took over 3 hours and 20 minutes for the LA Express to win their first road game of the year, up their record to 4-3. Tampa Bay falls to 5-2. Let's quickly preview now week number 8 in the United States Football League. Next weekend, Los Angeles will journey to Michigan. They'll play the Panthers in the Silver Dome on Saturday, and the Denver Gold on Saturday will be in Tempe, Arizona to battle the Arizona Wranglers. Denver, a 2.5-point favorite in that one. Tampa Bay will be on the road at Washington, but even though they're on the road, they'll be favored by 6.5 over the Federals. Oakland's Invaders will be back on the road at Birmingham. They'll be a 2.5-point favorite over Raleigh Dodgers team, and the surprising Boston Breakers at 5-2 play the 6-1 Philadelphia Stars in Philly. The Stars a 6.5-point favorite. Herschel Walker and the New Jersey Generals against George Allen and the Chicago Blitz next Monday night. The Blitz right now an 8-point favorite at home at Soldier Field. Our schedule next week on ESPN. Los Angeles, the Express, you saw win today, will be taking on the Michigan Panthers. You'll see it live at 8 Eastern Standard Time, 5 Pacific Time, Saturday night. Then next Monday night, Herschel Walker and the New Jersey Generals, fresh off a victory, taking on the Chicago Blitz, live from Soldier Field in Chicago. You'll see that game at 9 Eastern Daylight Time Monday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, right here on your Total Sports Network. A reminder, our men and most valuable player of the game, Mike Fox of the LA Express with 3 interceptions. And our final score, Los Angeles Express 18, the Tampa Bay Bandits 13.